Hello, hello, welcome to Kingdom Revelation. I hope you guys are having a great day. And I'm going to be reading to you from Proverbs 31. Okay? And here we go. Okay. The words of King Lemuel, the oracle which his mother taught him. O my son, O son of my womb, O son of my vows, don't give your strength to women, nor your ways to that which destroys kings. It is not for kings, Lemuel, it is not for kings to drink wine, nor for princes to say, where is strong drink? Lest they drink and forget the law and pervert the justice due to anyone who is afflicted. Give strong drink to him who is ready to perish, and wine to the bitter in soul. Let him drink and forget his poverty, and remember his misery no more. Open your mouth for the mute in the cause of all who are left desolate. Open your mouth, judge righteously, and serve justice to the poor and needy. Who can find a worthy woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband trusts in her. He shall have no lack of gain. She does him good and not harm all the days of her life. She seeks wool and flax and works eagerly with her hands. She is like the merchant ships, she brings her bread from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, gives food to her household and portions for her servant girls. She considers a field and buys it, the fruit of her hands. She plants a vineyard. She arms her waist with strength and makes her arms strong. She perceives that her merchandise is profitable. Her lamp doesn't go out by night. She lays her hands to the distaff, and her hands hold the spindle. She opens her arms to the poor. Yes, she extends her hands to the needy. She is not afraid of the snow for her household, for all her household are clothed with scarlet. She makes for herself carpets of tapestry. Her clothing is fine linen and purple. Her husband is respected in the gates when he sits among the elders of the land. She makes linen garments and sells them, and delivers sashes to the merchant. Strength and dignity are her clothing. She laughs at the time to come. She opens her mouth with wisdom. Faithful instruction is on her tongue. She looks well to the ways of her household and doesn't eat the bread of idleness. Her children rise up and call her blessed. Her husband also praises her. Many women do noble things, but you excel them all. Charm is deceitful and beauty is vain, but a woman who fears Yahweh, she shall be praised. Give her of the fruit of her hands, and let her works praise her in the gates. And that's a very, very good proverb that's mainly speaking about women and the different attributes that they have to help their family and their household. And she's a businesswoman, and a lot of good things that they talk about there. And I'm going to be reading also Numbers 16, 1 through 33 or so. And this is talking about when they rebelled against Moses in the wilderness after they had been saved out of taken out of Egypt miraculously, and then there was certain ones that came against Moses. So here we go. Let me find it real quick. Okay, here we go. Chapter 16 of Numbers, and it's number 1. Here we go. Now Korah, the son of Ishar, the son of Kohath, the son of Levi, with Dathan and Abiram, the sons of Eliab, and On, the sons of Peleth, sons of Reuben, took men. And they rose up before Moses with certain of the children of Israel, 250 princes of the congregation, called to the assembly, men of renown. And they assembled themselves together against Moses and against Aaron, and said to them, You take too much on yourself, since all the congregation are holy, every one of them, and Yahweh is among them. Why then lift yourselves up above the assembly of Yahweh? Then Moses heard it, he fell on his face, and he spoke to Korah and to all his company, saying, quote, in the morning Yahweh will show who are his and who is holy, and will cause him to come near to him. Even him whom he shall choose, he will cause to come near to him. Do this, take censers, Korah and all his company, and put fire in them, and put incense on them before Yahweh tomorrow. And it shall be that the man whom Yahweh chooses, he shall be holy. You have gone too far, you sons of Levi. Unquote. Moses said to Korah, hear now, you sons of Levi, is it a small thing to you that the God of Israel has separated you from the congregation of Israel, to bring you near to himself to do the service of the tabernacle of Yahweh, and to stand before the congregation to minister to them, and that he has brought you near, and all your brothers, the sons of Levi, with you? And do you seek the priesthood also? Therefore you and all your company are gathered together against Yahweh. And Aaron, what is he that you murmur against him? Moses sent to call Dathan and Abiram, the son of Eliab, and they said, we won't come up. Is it a small thing that you have brought us up out of the land flowing with milk and honey to kill us in the wilderness? But you must also make yourselves a prince over us? Moreover, you haven't brought us into a land flowing with milk and honey, not given us inheritance of fields and vineyards. Will you put out the eyes of these men? We won't come up. Moses was very angry and said to Yahweh, don't respect their offering. I have not taken one donkey from them, neither have I hurt one of them. Moses said to Korah, you and all your company go before Yahweh, you and they and Aaron tomorrow, and each man take his censer and put incense on them, and each man bring before Yahweh his censer, 250 censers, you also and Aaron each his censer. They each took his censer and put fire in them, and laid incense thereon, and stood at the door of the tent of meeting with Moses and Aaron. Korah assembled all the congregation against them to the door of the tent of meeting, and the glory of Yahweh appeared to all the congregation. Yahweh spoke to Moses and to Aaron, saying, separate yourselves from among this congregation, that I may consume them in a moment. They fell on their faces and said, God, the God of the spirits of all flesh, shall one man sin, and will you be angry with all the congregation? Yahweh spoke to Moses, saying, speak to the congregation, saying, get away from around the tent of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram. Moses rose up and went to Dathan and Abiram, and the elders of Israel followed him. He spoke to the congregation, saying, depart please from the tents of these wicked men, and touch nothing of theirs, lest you be consumed in all their sins. So they went away from the tent of Korah, Dathan, and Abiram on every side, and Dathan and Abiram came out and stood at the door of their tents, and their wives and their sons and their little ones. Moses said, hereby you shall know that Yahweh has sent me to do all these works, for they are not from my own mind. If these men die the common death of all men, or if they be visited after the visitation of all men, then Yahweh hasn't sent me. But if Yahweh make a new thing, and the ground open its mouth and swallow them up, with all that appertain to them, and they go down alive into Sheol, then you shall understand that these men have despised Yahweh. It happened, as they made an end of speaking all these words, that the ground split apart that was under them, and the earth opened its mouth and swallowed them up, and their households, and all the men who appertained to Korah, and all their goods. So they and all there appertained to them went down alive into Sheol, and the earth closed on them, and they perished from among the assembly. I'll go to 34. It says, all Israel that were around them fled at their cry, for they said, lest the earth swallow us up. So those were men that had come against Moses after he, led them out of Egypt, and he was a lawgiver. And because they did that, then Yahweh came against them, and they were actually like swallowed up by the earth, and then it closed up. So, yeah, Moses had a lot to do, and that was just another thing that came against him. It's like he already led them out, and the Lord opened the sea, and they walked through, and they're in the wilderness, and then they come against them. So people need to be careful who they come against, when they are very close to God, and when they're listening to God, hearing his word. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great weekend, a wonderful Resurrection Sunday, and take care, okay? Bye-bye.